I was just walking and this woman in front of me got aggressively catcalled, and I hate that because I'm right behind her, like I'm next. And then when I walked by, it was silence. And I was like, wow, I hate that even more.
When you don't have nothing nice to say, you don't say nothing at all.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way this boy is standing on a stool talking to this woman. No way.
Don't say a Coke.
They say it.
Fucker.
They say it tastes good.
What?
You're looking at me and my man like, how'd this big behemoth bitch pull that? Meanwhile, he's sniffing my 4X granny panties after a long day. Sucking on my belly like it's a binky, baby. Sleeping good.
What the actual fuck?
Aww. He's charging for you.
Lay down.
Lay down.
You put two kids, one's rich, one's poor, put them in a room full of shit, come back in an hour. The rich kid's pissed off, the poor kid's happy. You walk up to the rich kid, what's the problem? He's gonna say, what are you talking about? You put me in a room full of shit. Go over to the poor kid, he's laughing, he's playing. What are you doing? He says, well, with all this shit, there has to be a pony in here somewhere. It's the same situation. They're in the same situation, but one's happy, one's pissed. Are we doing that every day? Tell the truth. We're doing the same thing. We're waking up without appreciating the fact that you just got to get up. You don't think you have to go to work, you get to go to work. You don't have to pick up your kids, you get to pick up your kids. Everything starts to be an opportunity. And that's the difference between people that win and people that lose. You want to win, dude, you have to see opportunity. You have to think abundantly.
Simple and cut them calories. We got some geniuses on our hands.
Así the water damage. You should go to Home Depot, take your car to a easy.
All right, man, give it to me straight.
4 hours, $700.
Give it to me gay.
700.
Hey, I don't know about you, but if my man tell me I can't be friends with another man, that shit is over. That's the end of our friendship. Is dead. I'm cool on you now. Cause they be seeing shit that we can't see. You might think this man, oh, he cool. Nah, he trying to get next to you in a way your man next to you. That shit ain't right. I'm cutting niggas out the gate. He said you gotta go, you gotta go. You been around for yours?
Yeah.
You probably been around for yours for a certain reason. Right. It's only certain niggas that my man can't move. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas, yeah. You gotta go on, baby. Say I can't fuck with you. That be that.
Man, the girls and guys being friends, right? It's always some sneaky ass shit. I mean, I like know girls like live on my block and I'm like friends with them just because like I know they're past or they're not very hot and I'm just like hi bye. But I mean, we ain't going to dinner. We ain't fucking hanging out. And for me, if I'm trying to hit it on a girl and she ain't into it, she ain't down with me, I'm not going to linger around like some creep. But that literally is what everyone else does. They linger around like a creep, keep texting her, keep being quote unquote friends with her. That shit's fucking gross. It's a waste of time too, because all the time you're spending trying to get a hold of this chick that ain't interested with a boyfriend and all the rest, you just be spending on a girl that is interested. So we got to fucking clean that shit up, guys. If you're trying to follow around a girl and be friends with her so one day you might land it, give it up, bro. Give it up.
As your husband or your man, why would I ask for sex or ask to be cooked food or ask for affection or ask anything when the dog ain't asked for a motherfucking thing? But the dog get groomed, the dog get fed, the dog get affection. Now unless the dog talking when I leave this motherfucker, dog ain't asked you for shit. So why would me as your husband or your man have to ask for anything that I need? I'm not asking for shit. If you know what that dog needs and that dog ain't asked you for a motherfucking thing, but you don't know what I need, and I had to ask, I'll take care of it myself. And don't get mad when I take care of it my goddamn self. Shit.
I don't know about this clip right here. It's like he sort of got a point, but it's all about communication. The issue with the women is if you tell them directly what's going on, it tends to go in one ear and out the other. They're not really receptive to direct communication. It's against their psyche or something like that. But, you know, him saying if you know it has to do with the dog or whatever, you know it has to do with me, it's sort of playing a feminine role. Because that's pretty much what the girls would say. Like, you know, you should have known without me telling you. It's like, yeah, you know. I can't fucking go with this one, guys. I'm sorry.
Bro, it ain't easy. Like I said, it ain't. And the hardest part is dealing with the embarrassment of not being shit while you trying to become this shit. While you trying to do this shit and you ain't shit at that time. That's the hardest part. I wouldn't be here without all that struggle. All that struggle wasn't for nothing. It was a purpose for all that.
Damn, that's the real mech robot. It's like Mech Wars when I was a kid on the computer.
Hatch open. Hatch closed. Main switch on. Unlock parking brake.
This shit!
So if you guys had boyfriends and then your guy says, hey babe, I'm gonna go to a party, it's a house party, it's a bunch of prawn stars, they all wanna have sex with me. Some of them have like roofies in their pockets, but like I'm gonna like try to avoid it. How would you feel about that? I'm gonna, like, your man wants to go to a party with a bunch of prawn stars and they all wanna have sex with him. How comfortable would you feel with him going to that party?
If they wanna have sex with him, then obviously if he wants to go, he wants to have sex.
So that's the equivalent of when a girl's at the bar.
No.
A lot of y'all.
But the men are not stars.
You're at a place where everyone there would have with you.
And wants to.
Yeah. And there's also dangerous creeps that are willing to like put some in your drink, whatever. So what would happen if your man was at a place where everyone wanted to have with him? You would hate that. But if I don't want my girl to be at a place where I know everyone wants to have with her, I'm a bad guy who's like insecure.
So what really boggles my mind is that humans lost the concept of treat people the way you want to be treated. And it's like, it's out of control that you'd have to sit down with a group of women and explain this to them, and it's like foreign to them. Like, they just don't get it. There's the double standard so thick and so cemented in place that they can't really think outside of it. They keep wanting to make excuses why they can still do it, but they'd be offended if you did. And you would think it's a one-off thing, but I'm pretty sure all of us have had this argument with our girlfriends, and every girlfriend I had. So it's not really much of an argument to be had. It's just like a recap on the way the world really works. And man, like, how do you maintain a relationship with someone that's this thick, where they would never see eye to eye with you, and they'd want to keep going out and keep putting themselves in this position regardless what you say, and then as soon as you want to go do it, they're like, fuck that. Man, it's difficult. You don't even want to fuck them.
All right, the time has come. Trump is ready. Completely filled out. There's a little spot on top of his head, but his hairline filled in good. Chin. Let's go open them up. All right, let's get them opened up. There's a good look at them. There's the back and the front. All right, all the bolts are out. Let's pry them out. Brought you anyway. Oop, looks like we're getting the back first. All right. All right, here we go. We got the front loose. Here he comes. There he is. Pretty ugly. There's that weird spot. Stem kind of grew a little crooked. There you go. Trumpkin.
You better watch out. You better not die. You better not crash. I'm telling you why. 'Cause you told your wife you weren't at work.
Ooh la la.
It's like that moment when the whole world changed. Let's go.
No, not right now. Is it hairy? Very, very hairy. Is it stinky? I would say, I don't know, maybe a little bit, but I'll just go with no. Is it white? No. Can you see it? Duh, absolutely. Here she is.
And remember, if before she thought you were so motherfucking perfect, but now everything you do bothers her, there's another pickle in the tickle. There's another pickle tickling her ickle. You know what I'm trying to say. She's cheating on you.
Sounds like it's time to check out that pickle jar.
That's amazing. I've never seen a beaver take 2 carrots at once.
Slut.
Where do you live?
In the city.
Do you have a house?
Apartment.
On a rent?
Rent.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
How come?
It's an even longer story.
Alright, babe, I want you to pronounce these words, yeah?
Alright, go on.
What? First one?
Oh, pseudo-hypoparathyroidism.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, cool, cool.
Onomatopoeia.
Brilliant. Look at this one. Go on. From the gut. Come on. Alright, we'll try this.
Pythagoras theorem.
Okay, next one.
Oh.
Come on, babe. You can. It's phonetical. Come on. Come. Alright, we'll try this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
This is what I'm saying, man.
How to rapid clean your air filters.
Alright guys, hey, go check out my coffee mug store. I got some cool designs in there. I made them all myself. And we also have the Smackn The Wall merch store. So if you get a chance or you want to, go over there and check those out. The links are in the description. Alright, y'all. Let's see what I got for you today. Hell, right now I'm driving to LA. Truck full of wood, so noise level is probably retarded. But now I'm driving the Chevy. It's like the heartbeat of America. Can you hear this thing? Whoa, 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 whoa. But now I want to take a second to talk about familiarity. And you know, the thing about my life is I got involved in a lot of different genres of life. So automotive, animal breeding, YouTube, all these different things. And well, they're so complicated and have so many moving parts. There's rarely someone to consult and you don't really know where you stand. And it usually takes like, I don't know, the better part of a year for you to really be able to understand if you're like even the normal parameters, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like on the air compressors, like I bought a brand new one from the dealership. So, you know, what is the oil pressure supposed to be? What is the soot level supposed to be? What is normal? So, you know, it takes a year of you working with the machine to know, oh, when these two lights are on, this is what you need to do. There's all these different things that are taking place and you got to become familiar somehow.
Hazard reported ahead
Oh,
on
my
I-5
Lord.
north in half a mile.
I told you. But, you know, at the end of the day, for me, it sort of feels weird when you don't know what's going on, and that year is sort of like fucking with your head almost. And well, you just have to get used to being not familiar long enough to become familiar. You got to be sitting there with your eyes open. You got to be taking notes. At this point, I know so much about snake breeding and stuff. Like, I can temp gun the snake's body based on the species and tell you if the body temperature is good. So like a boa, normally at stagnant, you know, just like chilling, nothing's going on, they maintain their body temperature at 84 degrees. But the ball python is closer to like 88 or higher. And when the boa is pregnant, if I body temp the middle of the body, it'll be 88 degrees because she's doing internal incubation. There's gestation taking place. So I mean, how the fuck do you figure that out? You know, so it takes time. And even with YouTube, so recently, YouTube was screwing with us. So like, I know all the stats. Click-through rate at 20% is hella good, but I thought click-through rate at 20% when I first started, it might not be good. I had no fucking idea. I literally had to call up vidIQ and consult with a professional. But now I know all the parameters, all the numbers that are good or the bad ones. I can look at all the analytical data and say, that's a good symptom or a bad symptom. I can plug the car in, watch the live data, read the O2 sensors. I can tell you if they're reading, if they're not, if it's good, if it's bad, all this type of stuff. So as a man, you're going to have to become familiar. You're going to have to figure out, you know, for a while, you're not going to know what's going on, especially when it's highly complicated. You're going to have to take notes. You're going to have to remember. You're going to have to become familiar, and it's going to feel somewhat uncomfortable. You're definitely going to feel like you don't know what the fuck's going on for a period of time. And don't even let me get into how genetics work, because I'm a master scientist in my brain about genetics. It took me like a year and a half just to memorize the names, how they would cross each other, recessive, heterozygous, all this type of stuff. It's like, but man, the more you learn, the more familiar you become, the smarter you get, the better of a man you are, the easier life gets. And then the next time when you're unfamiliar, you recognize like, oh, this is going to be fun, because pretty soon I'm going to be a fucking savage. All right, y'all, them flow masters are hitting up. I got to go, but I always do appreciate you tuning in. So please like, share, and subscribe, and we gonna see you on the next one.